There are cars that were created in America, but we don't want to see them on American roads. Some are banned for technical reasons, some because they don't meet safety requirements. This video is to protect those forgotten but special retro car legends in history. Now let's discover history on the road together. Don't get carried away. We'll start with the first car. Number 5, Jeep CJ5, pre-1976. Why it was banned or restricted. The Jeep CJ5, produced from 1954 to 1983, is one of the most iconic American off-road vehicles ever made. However, the versions built before 1976 came with significant safety concerns that led to restrictions or outright bans in some places. Main reason for restrictions. Pre-1976 CJ5 models lacked adequate rollover protection. This means the vehicle did not have a strong enough roll bar or cage to protect occupants if the Jeep tipped over or rolled during sharp turns or accident. Because the CJ5 had a very short wheelbase and high center of gravity, it was prone to tipping or rolling, especially when driven at higher speeds or on uneven terrain. Consumer safety tests and instability. Safety tests at the time showed that the CJ5 was unstable compared to other vehicles. The design made it vulnerable to rollovers, which are some of the most dangerous types of car accidents. This instability posed a real risk to drivers and passengers, leading regulators to take action. State laws and regulations. Due to these safety issues, several U.S. states imposed restrictions on the use of CJ5s on public roads. In many places, the CJ5 was only legal for off-road use unless it was retrofitted with modern safety equipment, such as stronger roll bars or cages, better seat belts, and sometimes even suspension upgrades to improve stability. Number 4, Cadillac El Dorado Brougham, 1957-58. Why it was banned or restricted. The Cadillac El Dorado Brougham, produced between 1957 and 1958, was a symbol of luxury and innovation in its era. It was one of the most advanced and expensive cars Cadillac ever made, featuring a host of high-end features and cutting-edge technology for the time. Unique mercury-filled suspension system. One of the standout innovations of the El Dorado Brougham was its suspension system, which used mercury-filled shock absorbers. This system was designed to provide an exceptionally smooth and comfortable ride by automatically adjusting the damping characteristics. Mercury, a heavy liquid metal, allowed the suspension to respond dynamically to road conditions, giving the car a floating sensation. Why this became a problem? Despite its technological brilliance, mercury is a highly toxic and hazardous material. Over time, concerns about the environmental and health risks of mercury led to strict regulations by the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, in the United States. Modern rules ban the use of mercury in automotive parts because leaks or spills could contaminate the environment and pose serious health dangers. Number 3, Pontiac GTO Judge, 1970. Why it was banned or restricted in Canada. The Pontiac GTO Judge, especially the 1970 model, is one of the most legendary American muscle cars, known for its raw power, aggressive styling, and iconic status among car enthusiasts. It featured a high-horsepower V8 engine that delivered thrilling performance on the road. Why Canada restricted or banned it? In the late 1960s and early 1970s, Canada implemented stricter vehicle import rules compared to the United States. These rules targeted muscle cars with powerful engines, like the GTO Judge, primarily due to concerns about emissions and safety standards. Emissions regulations. Canada had tougher emission control requirements aimed at reducing pollution. Muscle cars like the GTO Judge, with their large V8 engines, often did not meet these cleaner emission standards without costly modifications. As a result, many high-horsepower muscle cars were either banned from import or subjected to restrictions. Safety standards. Alongside emissions, Canadian vehicle safety standards were also different. Some muscle cars lacked features that were mandatory in Canada, such as specific lighting or bumper requirements, making it difficult or illegal to register them for street use. Legal ownership difficulties. Because of these rules, importing a 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge into Canada was complicated. Potential owners had to either modify their cars extensively to meet Canadian laws or avoid importing them altogether. This made the GTO Judge a rare and sought-after car north of the border, but with legal ownership being tricky and costly. Number 2, 1979 Dodge Street Regis police package. Why it was restricted or banned. The 1979 Dodge Street Regis police package was a special version of the Dodge Street Regis designed specifically for law enforcement agencies. It was built to meet the demanding needs of police work, including durability, power, and handling for high-speed pursuits and emergency response. Purpose and features. This police package came with a reinforced suspension, heavy-duty brakes, and a more powerful engine compared to civilian versions. These enhancements made it a reliable law enforcement vehicle, capable of handling the stresses of daily police duties. Why it was restricted or banned. Despite its strengths, the Street Regis police package faced a unique problem after its police service life ended. Too powerful for civilian use, because the vehicle was specifically built for police use, with upgraded performance parts and safety features. Many states considered it unsafe or inappropriate for regular civilian drivers once it left police fleets. The power and handling characteristics were seen as a liability for everyday road users. Re-registration restrictions. Several states prohibited the re-registration of former police cars like the Street Regis police package for civilian use. This meant that once retired from official police duty, these vehicles could not legally be driven on public roads by private owners. Number 1. 1984 Zimmer Golden Spirit. Why it was banned or restricted. The Zimmer Golden Spirit is a striking example of a neoclassic luxury car, blending modern technology with vintage styling, inspired by the 1920s and 1930s luxury automobiles. Produced in limited numbers during the early 1980s, the Zimmer Golden Spirit became popular among collectors who admired its unique look and luxury features. Why it was restricted or banned. Safety standards issues. Many parts of the Zimmer Golden Spirit, including lighting, bumpers, and structural elements, did not meet modern safety regulations. Since it was a low-volume specialty car often built on modified chassis from other vehicles, some components failed to comply with federal and state safety requirements designed for mass-produced cars. This made it difficult or illegal to register and drive these cars on public roads in many areas. VIN code inconsistencies. Another major problem was related to the Vehicle Identification Number (VIN) system. The Zimmer Golden Spirit was often produced with VINs that did not fully comply with standardized regulations. Some models had VINs that were duplicates or did not follow the format required for proper vehicle registration and tracking. Modern restoration and use. Enthusiasts who own a Zimmer Golden Spirit today often have to retrofit safety components or work through legal hoops to get their cars street legal. Despite these challenges, the car remains a cherished collector's item, admired for its unique blend of classic style and 1980s luxury.